Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto Was Given a Second Chance. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Learn the Clone's Secret in the Beginning. And enjoy that guys. And later on I'm also going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Was the Asusuke King, so stay tuned for that and I hope you guys do enjoy. And also I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Got His Memory Sealed Away over on Anime King too, so go ahead and enjoy it as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Begin the intro. So the last time we left off, the 2 months has passed. Naruto was sleeping as he had to stop Yujiro from cutting his hair again. Seeing that she usually always gave him haircuts, but now he doesn't want her to cut it at all. As Naruto is really taking a liking to her. She is a mix between his, well, a mother and a bigger sister. Right now life is actually good. As Naruto wake up early that morning and she saw a note as he already headed out. She just went back to sleep having a late day in Anvu, and yeah, Hayate wasn't here either, seeing that he went on a mission that would probably take him at least a week or two to return back to the village. As Naruto headed to the Forest of Death where he met up with Anko. As Naruto had thoughts in his mind where him and Anko were, well, the older Naruto were making out fiercely, as they were 6 friends in the past life. Yeah, Naruto has been through a lot. As Naruto told Anko to trust him, he said some things to her that made her surprised, because how did he know about the feelings that she felt? Given that Orochimaru placed a curse seal on her and most people see her as a, well, traitor, thinking that Orochimaru would come back one day for her. Before she could change her mind, Naruto slapped the seal on her neck as he channeled his chakra through it. Anko gasped in pain as she collapsed down to the ground. Before she could argue, he threw her a mirror. As she looked into it, she was beyond shock. The only thing she could do was cry, as she could not understand. Not even Jiraiya-sama could remove the seal. As Naruto asked her to do him one favor, just don't tell anyone that the seal is gone, until his name is out there, seeing that right now people question a lot of things, that a kid like him was able to remove a seal like that. Given that he just did something for her that changed her life, she agreed with him. And with that, Naruto headed off to the academy. Arriving at the academy, Sakura, she was looking at Naruto as he walked in the class while everyone was. At his new attire, he's all black with his 2 twin dragon swords strapped on his back. Ino was surprised at how different Naruto looked. As Sakura ended up getting a seat as Ino asked if she could sit beside him. Seeing no problem by that, he allowed her to sit beside him. As she called his name as he answered her, as Ino started to think to herself. She was always running after Sasuke, and yet Sasuke never paid her any attention or even acknowledged that she was there. The test was given as Naruto passed it with flying colors. Mizuki ended up getting one of the boys that failed the class, seeing that his mom was a secretary for the Hokage, as the boy ended up stealing the scroll, but Naruto already planned for that. Arriving in the forest, Naruto knocked out the boy, as he switched place with him, and created a clone of himself. Mizuki came out there as he spoke to Naruto, telling him that he was a demon breath, and that he should just leave here now. Sarutobi was also there, as Naruto told him not to come out no matter what, until Mizuki tell him the information. As Mizuki said that he was going to go to Orochimaru, who was going to make him second in command, but it doesn't matter if Naruto hears this because he's going to die. The Anvus then came out as they grabbed Mizuki. Mizuki couldn't believe that he was caught. This kid was playing him as Naruto clone poofed away and Naruto reverted back to his normal self. After that, Sarutobi came out as he looked at Naruto after what Naruto just heard. But Sarutobi was surprised Naruto wasn't really troubled by it, as Naruto told him that he knew from a long time now, as he had to figure it out. He wasn't all that stupid as he seemed, right? Seeing that it was 12 years ago, right on his birthday. Yeah. As Sarutobi looked at Naruto, but he saw no hint of sadness or anything. It was just a look to see that he was fine. Sarutobi was surprised by that action, as he wondered what was up. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? Naruto was lying in his bed, as he was having a wonderful memory. Well, a kind of a dream mixed with a memory of his past life. Naruto talking to the Shinigami saying that he died a virgin was just to see if she could tell and was really watching his life, because that was the farthest from the truth. Because back in his time, well, Naruto was really a man slut, you could call it that. It only got worse after Jiraiya died. Seeing that when he was much younger, loving over Sakura, and she betraying him by attacking him, really hurt him badly. So Jiraiya taking Naruto on his training trip, he figured that kid would do nice to a girlfriend or something, and he started teaching kid about girls and all that. Naruto even got his hand on one of Jiraiya's book, hating it at first, but after reading it, started to see the wonderful side of a female's body. Growing up now, Naruto has gotten a liking to brothels, even going to a lot of them, while he was on the training trip with Jiraiya after a couple months were left to go back to Konoha. Well, he was a man of fine taste, always going to the well-fine brothels. As we dive into Naruto's mind, as Naruto was dressed in a black cloak, his two swords resting on his side in their holster. He entered an establishment, looking over with a smile. A woman was standing there. "Ah, hello Naruto-sama," she said, a smile on her face. "Everything is already set up for you," she said. As Naruto smiled towards her, "Wanna join?" he asked. The woman blushed a deep red, as she pouted a bit. "You know I can't do that," she said, making his way over to the receptionist. She was wearing a blue shirt with a small black jacket over it, as the blue shirt stopped right above her stomach to show her stomach, and she was wearing a rather small pink skirt. Naruto rested his hand gently right on her leg as he smiled to her, as he pouted, giving her puppy dog eyes. "Oh come on," he said. "Why can't you join?" "Well, it won't be professional." The woman then felt a shiver run down her spine as Naruto started to use his fingers to gently crawl up her skirt, until his hand stopped right at the edge of her skirt, making her red. "Alright then, what do you say next time me and you just have some fun?" he said, as a sultry smile came on her face. "I would like that," she said. As Naruto removed his hand, "See ya," he said as he walked off. This was a little bit after Jiraiya died. As Naruto started to spiral, yeah. People were seeing it. Well, he didn't spiral like doing things crazy or dangerous. He just spiraled into a lot of women. Opening a large door, Naruto was greeted to a beautiful sight. Around 20 to 30 ladies, all of them dressed in rather revealing clothing, lingerie and all that. "Hello Naruto-sama," all of them said. Seeing that he was a regular here, most of them already know him. "Hello ladies, how are we doing tonight?" Naruto said, as all of them gave him a salutary smile. "We are here to serve," they said, as a smirk came on Naruto's face. End of the flashback. Naruto rolled over in his bed as his hand landed on something rather soft. He squeezed it a bit, until he heard a small giggle. "You know," Naruto said, "this isn't the guest room." "Well, I know that," she said, "but it's rather warmer in here. The guest room is rather cold. I gave you a blanket and everything, so don't lie to me," Naruto said. Uncle chuckled. "Well, even in this situation you're still not getting flustered. I still don't understand what kind of kid are you," she said. As Naruto had invited Uncle over for dinner, as Yujiyo had cooked, he gave her one of the many guest rooms, but she ended up in his bed, of all places. "Hey kid," she said, "are you gonna remove your hand now?" she asked, as his hand was still on her breast. Well, this is my bed, Naruto said. You scroll in here. So I think I can put my hand wherever I wish. Oh, cocky are we, she said. My room. My rules. Not even that, my house. My rules. Uncle smiled. This kid was just something else. He never seemed to get flustered or surprised for a kid. And he was always on his game, never scared. When she tried to jump out and attack him or anything, he was just always ready for anything. He even managed to remove her mark, which not even Jiraiya-sama could do. That was just beyond her expectations. As it made her happy. Just seeing him, it made her happy, because he helped her so much. Before Naruto knew it, he was grabbed as Uncle pulled him into a tight hug, burying his face right in her chest. But Naruto was having no problems. And that was another side of him that Uncle liked. He's kind of a perv, but he just does it in a way. The door was pushed open as Yuji walked in. What the hell is going on, she asked, as she saw Naruto's face buried in Uncle's chest. Uncle, what are you doing, she said, as Uncle chuckled nervously. Well, you see, Yuji-chan, I slept walking here. As Yujito glared at Naruto. Naruto, she said, wanting to remove himself from there. But they then saw Naruto snuggling up. As Uncle looked down, I guess he fell asleep. He's not asleep, said Yujito. Well, if he is, she said. She then ran out of the room. As Naruto heard her rushing back to the room, he quickly jumped up, as Yujiro had scissors in her hand. How many times do I have to tell you? You are not cutting my hair. As Yujiro sighed, Uncle seeing that smile, as she grabbed Naruto and pinned him down to the bed. Well, you have your chance now. As she dropped her body weight on top of him. He can't move. Cut his hair, do as you wish. Uncle? What is it, Yuji-chan? Go ahead, cut his hair. No, that's not it. You see, for a normal kid, he's quite... Uncle was surprised, as she couldn't believe it to see Naruto lifting her up off of him. What the hell? As he threw her to the left side of the bed, picking himself out of bed. Now I'm awake, he said. I don't think I can go back to sleep. As Uncle was looking at him. How did you do that? She was trying her best to hold him down, but he just lifted her up like that so easily. You know what, for the two of you not to bother me, why don't both of you sleep here? As he got out of the room. As Uncle looked at Yujiro. He's really strong. Well, he's channeling chakra to his hands. What? Wait, he's just a genin, right? How is he capable of doing so much things like that? Well, he trains. Yeah, I know, but he's still just a genin. Well, yeah, he trains really hard. Well, I must say, the kid managed to lift me up even though I was trying to hold him down. With force, right? Said Yujiro. Yeah, said Uncle. Well, my little Naruto is quite special, she said. You speak of him like he's your little son. Well, in a way, he kinda is. I mean, he's just perfect there in my life right now. Even though we bicker most times, I know he loved me, and I love him as well. Aw, said Uncle as she wiped her eyes. That was so heartwarming, she said. Shut up, said Yujiro. And don't crawl into his bed, that's weird. He's still a kid, you know that? Even if he's a kid, he's quite a special kid. Time skip. The next morning. I'll be right with you, said Tintin, as she heard the bell at the shop ring, someone coming in. Looking up, she smiled. Oh, hi there, Naruto, she said. I thought it would have been much harder to find you, Naruto said. I guess you're working the register today. Yeah, my team is on break, so... And my dad went out to get supplies. So, let me see them. Sure thing, he said, as he removed his sword from his back and placed them on the counter. Tintin's eyes went wide. I mean... Wow. How do I never see you with this before? Where did you get them, she said. And who made these? The curves. These are just amazing. As she unsheathed one of his blades. Lifting it up. This is heavy, she said. As she looked at Naruto. You must be working on your physical strength a lot to wield these too. Especially for a small kid like you. Hey, I'm not that small, said Naruto. You kinda are, she said. As Naruto sighed, you're probably right. Looking over his body, I am really small. He cursed in his mind. As Tintin started examining his swords. So come on, tell me who made them for you. Sorry, I can't. Why not, she asked. You see, the person who made them is kind of a secret. They told me not to tell anyone. What? Why would they? Tintin, just please respect their privacy. Alright, fine, Tintin said. But it's just because of you. But these are just really amazing. I mean, such craftsmanship, she said. As Naruto smiled. My dad would love to see these. You know what? Keep them for the day, Naruto said. Really? She said. Yeah, I'm just gonna be finding out who my Jonin sensei is. So no biggie. As Tintin smiled. Thanks. It will give me more time to look over them. And I'll do you a favor and make my dad sharpen them for you. Really? Of course, she said. I mean, what are friends for? Thanks, Naruto said. Alright, I'll see ya. As he started to walk off. Have a good day, she said, as he walked away. Walking through the streets, eyes were still on him. People glaring at him because of what he held inside of him. As Kurama could feel this. Kid, it seems like you're perfectly used to this now. Well, going through it for so many years, it doesn't really bother me anymore. But it's still kinda hard, but I mean, they just don't understand Fuinjutsu, right? Yeah, they think that I will come out and destroy the village. Would you? Naruto asked. Why would I do something like that, said Kurama. My other counterpart would do it, but I see no vengeance to destroy your village. I know it was the fourth Hokage who sealed me inside of you, well, your father, as you know. But when I was whole, I killed him. And so many other people, so I guess it's justice. You know, you're a really good guy, Naruto said. I'm not a guy, said Kurama. Alright then, you're a really powerful entity. That's much better. But there's one person I want to rip to shreds. Even though I have changed a bit, I still hate that man. The Uchiha. You told me that his real name is Obito Uchiha and not Madara. Yeah, he just posed as Madara. I don't think we're gonna see him anytime soon now. But don't worry, you'll get your chance in the future. And I want to rip him to shreds as well. He's also a big part of why I feel in my past life. So yeah, what about the others? That pink-haired girl and the other Uchiha. You told me you know what made the Uchiha turn evil and why the girl followed him. Aren't you gonna do something about it? Well, the thing is, I don't really care, Naruto said. What do you mean? I hate Sasuke, and I hate Sakura even more. To think that all those years I had loved her, and she betrayed me. Attacking your own comrade to allow someone to escape the village, and begging and pleading with that person to leave. Yeah, that broke me back then. It's part of the reason why I never found actual love. To think about it, I never actually loved anyone. You were the closest thing to a best friend that I had. It was always brothels and all that. Are you starting to regret your choices? What the hell are you talking about, Naruto said. Girls, sex, that's awesome. I would never regret those choices. I'm just talking. So, if he comes up to it, you're gonna kill them. Well, of course I am, Naruto said. Things are not gonna be repeated as history. And the Shinigami also warned me that I can't let it go down the same path. She'd probably devour my soul or something. But I'm gonna try to stop them from going down that path. But it's still gonna be hard to even look at them. Even though I seem rather calm now, it kind of still hurts, just even seeing their faces. A part of me just wants to end their life right here and now. But I guess I can hold myself for now. Until the time comes. Well, do you. I'll make sure you don't lose yourself in the process. Thanks for that, Naruto said. As he made his way to the academy. Arriving at the academy, he slid the door open. Naruto was wearing a blue t-shirt. Dark blue, along with dark blue pants as well. He was wearing his black cloak over it. He didn't have his sword strapped on his back. No one could see what was under his black cloak, seeing that it went down straight to his hands, and he was wearing his fingerless gloves. Well, if they could see under Naruto's clothes, they would see the amount of sealing arrays. For different reasons. From his chest going straight down to his feet. Looking over, he saw Sasuke looking at him with a small, uncaring look. Naruto paid him no mind as Sasuke simply huffed. Sasuke thought to himself something was different about the dope. He didn't know when the dope changed so quickly, but it was just different. And he could tell by seeing how the dope treated Sakura. He always asked her out on dates, as Sasuke would think one day that she would get it through her head and realize that he didn't like her and she would go for Naruto, but Naruto seemed to stop caring about her completely. Sasuke shrugged. That didn't bother to him now. He was a Uchiha. Caring about stupid, dopes matter like that. It was just a waste of his precious time. His time is too precious right now to use on a dope like that, as he shakes his head off those thoughts. Walking up to his seat, he went to have a seat. Shikamaru was behind him. As Shikamaru's head was on the table, most likely sleeping, Choji was eating a bag of chips. "Oh hey dear," Naruto said Choji. As Shikamaru moved slightly, he looked up, but the sun hit him right in the eyes. He squinted. "Troublesome," he said, as he placed back down his head. "Hey dear Naruto," he said, his voice muffled a bit because of the way he was. "I was going to look up and greet you, but the sun is too troublesome." As Naruto sighed, "If you say so," Kiba came into the class, as he sat down on Naruto's right. Shino came in as well as he sat down on Naruto's left. Kiba looked over Naruto. "Hey, recently I've started to see some change in you." "What's up with the change?" Kiba asked. "You try and look cool for the ladies." "Well, I'm not trying to look cool for you." Kiba grunted. "You have also gained this smug attitude of yours." Naruto looked over. "Hey Shino, have I really changed that much?" "Well, you have changed," Naruto-san said Shino. "Well, it's not my place to judge you." "Well, something is definitely upset Kiba, and he just changed one day." "Well, I guess if you want to look popular with the girls, it's gonna take harder than just changing." As you can see, Sasuke, that bastard over there, is still getting all the attention. It was at that moment that Ino and Sakura walked into the classroom. As Sakura was trying to get there as fast as possible, but Ino was just walking slowly because she had something in her hands. "Did you get that for Sasuke-kun?" asked Sakura. "Nah," said Ino, as she looked over at Naruto. "Wait, don't tell me. You got that for Naruto?" "Yeah, so what?" said Ino. "Do you like him now or something?" "Why would you like a baka like that?" "I'm not going to fight with you. There's an empty seat beside Sasuke. Go and take it," said Ino. Ino walked over. Good morning, Naruto," she said. "Oh, hi there," Naruto said, giving her a smile. "I brought you something." As he looked at her hands. "That for me?" he said. "Yeah," she said. As Naruto turned toward Shino and muttered a few words. "No problem," to Shino, as he got up and walked away. He then went to find another seat. "Hey, what did you do? Did you just kick him out of his seat?" asked Kiba. "I know it's gonna take the hard way to convince you, but screw it." Naruto raised his foot and kicked Kiba right out of his seat, as Kiba landed right on the ground. "Hey, what's the big deal?" said Kiba. "Well, you're gonna fight and muffle over not getting up, so this way is better," said Naruto. As Naruto looked at Ino. "Kindly have a seat," he said. "Oh, thank you," she said, as she sat down beside him, as she gave him a steaming instant ramen cup. "I heard you like ramen, so I got you one." "Oh, I could just kiss you," he said. Ino blushed fiercely. What?" she said, as she looked down. She didn't know why she was getting so flustered. Before, she never even looked at Naruto this way, but now, he was like a completely different person. And it was making her so flustered she couldn't even look up at him. Damn it, she cursed. Kiba sat down in front of Naruto, the seat in front of him. "What the hell? You're really getting popular with the ladies?" Naruto placed on the ramen cup, as he leaned his head on Ino's shoulder. "Well, if you want to be jealous, you can, Kiba. But don't be crazy about it." Kiba clenched his fists. "What's going on? First Sasuke and now him? What am I doing wrong?" he said. "It's because you're probably too loud." As Kiba turned and looked at Shino. "What?" "Well, you see, Naruto was loud at first, but now he's just calm and relaxed. And now he's getting a girl to sit beside him. I wonder. Well, I'll just wait and see which girl we get on our team. And then, I'll charm that girl and be with her," said Kiba. "Good luck," said Shino. "Thank you," said Kiba. "I think he was saying it sarcastically," said Naruto. Huh? The door then slid open as Aruka entered. Alright everyone, quiet down, he said, looking around the class. I am glad to announce that all of you in here have passed your exams and are now going to become official ninjas of the village hidden in the leaf. He looked around as he couldn't see Naruto anywhere, wondering where's Naruto. He heard about the incident with Mizuki. He looked over at Kiba. Kiba, have you seen Naruto? He's right. Where is he? Said Kiba. As Ino looked down, Naruto, she said, they're calling you. Aruka walked up the stairs as he looked to the side. Naruto, what the hell are you doing? He said, as Kiba looked over to see Naruto's head as he was resting in Ino's lap. Get up, said Aruka. Come on, I didn't get much sleep last night, Aruka. Those two girls always in my bed messing with me. What? Kiba said. Which two girls? As Naruto smirked. Oh, nothing for you to worry about. As everyone is focusing on them, that still doesn't say anything. Get up. I don't know what you're thinking, but get out of her lap now. Alright, fine, Naruto said as he picked himself up. I heard what happened last night. Are you okay? He asked. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for worrying though. You're one of my students. I have to worry about you. As Naruto smiled. Well, thanks, he said. He then picked up the chopsticks. As Aruka went back down as Naruto started to eat his ramen, Aruka sighed. He was just going to make Naruto eat it. He then went on to give his speech, as most of the kids in the class had big smiles on their face, hearing that they were going to be in a squad. Alright, he said. As Aruka began, from squad 1 to 6, it was the same as canon. Now, team 7. Naruto just lay back as he finished his ramen. Ino was hoping in her heart that she was in a team with Naruto. Sasuke Uchiha. As Sakura smiled. Come on, come on, come on, she said. Sakura Haruno. Yes, she shouted. Sakura, quiet down, said Aruka. Oh, sorry about that, sensei, she said. And Naruto Uzumaki. Many of the fangirls in the class started to glare at Naruto, but Naruto paid them no mind, as Ino looked down. Seeing that, Naruto placed a hand on her shoulder. It's not like we're not gonna see each other around the village, even though we're not in a team. And I bet you get landed on an awesome team as well, he said. As Aruka moved on, Team 8. Kiba Inazaka, Shino Aberami, and Hinata Hyuga. Kiba smiles as he turned, looking around the class. Oh, the Hyuga girl, he said. Well, I will charm her, he thought to himself. Team 9 will be the same as canon. Team 10, Ino Yamanaka, Choji Akamichi, and Shikamaru Nara. As Ino looked around. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, she said. Why do I have to be placed in a team with them? The one that loves to eat, and then that lazy one. As she looked at Naruto. You're probably gonna become friends with them once you got to know them, Naruto said. As Ino sighed. In any case, if it was up to me, I would switch you with Sakura, so you could be on my team. Really? She said. Of course. I mean, you're much better. You're much cuter. Ino blushed a different shade of red here and that. And you're much smarter. Ino looked down. Thank you. As Ino looked over, lucky that Sakura didn't hear that. She'd probably chew the both of them out. She was too focused, smiling. She hadn't stopped smiling since she heard that she was going to be on a team with Sasuke. Alright, said Aruka. Your Jonin senseis will be here soon to pick you up. And once again, congratulations to you all in becoming fine shinobis. And I wish you all the best. And with that, Aruka took his leave, leaving everyone in the class to discuss. As Kiba got up and walked up to the seat where Hinata was. As he went and sat beside her. Hello there, Hinata, he said, that smile on his face. Hello there, Kiba. So, we're gonna be on a team together. Yeah, it looked that way, she said. Well, he says, he held out his hand. I hope we'll be a wonderful team. She held out her hand and shook his hand. As she was a bit shy, he noticed that. I hope so too, she said. He then saw her looking down. Following her eyes, she was looking down straight at Naruto. No. That bastard. Hey, Hinata. Do you like Naruto? Kiba asked out of a sudden. Hinata blushed crazily. What are you talking about, Kiba-san? She said. I, no, as she was stuttering. Kiba sighed. You bastard, he said as he picked himself up. Walking over. Alright, Naruto. Outside. Me and you now. It's time I prove that I'm better than you. As Naruto looked up at Kiba. What did I do now, he asked. As Kiba glared at him. I said outside, me and you now, he said. Alright, that's enough, said a voice. A soft, feminine voice. As Naruto looked towards the door, a smile came on his face when he saw who entered. It was Kurenai UI. My name is Kurenai, and I'm here for Team H, she said. So can you please follow me? Kurenai looked around the room. Her eyes stopped right on this boy. Because the way he was looking at her. Like he knew her. It was like the both of them had talked, like they were good friends or something. As she looked over at Naruto, realizing who he is. He's the Kyuubi boy. Why is he looking at me that way, she thought. Meanwhile, we dive into Naruto's mind. As Naruto and Kurenai was rolling around on the bed. Well, the older Naruto. As the both of them end up falling off. And then they started to laugh. Well, for the two of them to get in that situation. You see, back in his time, well, she never really got pregnant with Asuma's kid. After Asuma died, after facing off against Hidan and Kakazu, she was kind of depressed, yes, depressed a lot. And it went on for a long while, even though Shikamaru and the others were there. As they tried to cheer her up, even her own team. It went on into Naruto, well, man-slut days. When Jiraiya died, when he met her at a bar. It happened because the both of them were drunk, when they got together one night. And then yeah, it happened again. Even though they say they won't do it again, it happened on a regular basis, with the both of them keep their secret. They were not really in a relationship. It was just something to blow off steam, and seeing that the both of them like it a lot. Yeah, it was awesome. And because of his situation back then, with Jiraiya dying and all that, Naruto didn't really show much emotions or really care about a lot of things. If it was the usual Naruto, he would have been there for Kurenai and try to stay by her side and be a friend like that, but yeah, this was the man-slut Naruto, who was just hitting everything that walked. As Naruto was snapped from his thoughts. Why are you looking at me that way, Kurenai asked. Oh, sorry about that, Naruto said. It's just that you're so beautiful. Kurenai narrowed her eyes at him. What did you just say, she said. As she knew that her friend Yuji was taking care of this kid, and Yuji would often talk about him. But this is the second time she's seen him, but the first time she's talking to him. Oh hell no, said Kiba. Kurenai sensei, can we go, he said, as him and Shino and Hinata got up. If Naruto thinks he's gonna talk to his sensei this way, he has it wrong. Yeah, sure, said Kurenai as she started to walk off with her team, still wondering why that kid is looking at her that way. As she shook her head. What was that, Ino asked as she looked at Naruto. You know she's an older woman, right? What do you mean, Naruto asked. Well, the way you talk to her like you're flirting. Oh, you got it wrong, Naruto said. I wasn't flirting. I was merely giving her a compliment. Like I would say to you as well. I mean, your beauty is on a whole nother level. Really? Said Ino, looking down the smile. Yeah, of course, he said. Another person walked in the room. Team 10, my name is Asuma Sarutobe. Would you please come with me? Alright, Naruto, I guess this is it. See ya, she said. See ya, beautiful, he said, as Ino blushed and walked out of the class. It was then the other Jonin sensei started to come and take their kids out of the class. As Sakura was looking around wondering where her Jonin sensei was, even Sasuke was getting a bit ticked off to see everyone then leave, leaving Team 7 alone in the class. Naruto was sitting down over to the window, knowing that it's gonna probably take another 3 hours for Kakashi to get here. As Sakura was sitting down beside Sasuke, trying to make light conversation. So Sasuke, what do you think our Jonin sensei will be like? That was all Sasuke said. So Sasuke, want go on a date with me after this, she asked. Sasuke didn't say anything to her as he turned his head, looking through the window himself. Naruto then got up and started to walk away. Hey Naruto Baka, where are you going? Sakura asked. Hey, don't you hear me? She said, as he didn't even say anything to her, and walked out of the class. What's up with him, she said. As Sasuke narrowed his eyes, yeah, something was definitely different. He didn't even pay her any mind. As Sakura was fuming, that bastard think he can just ignore me that way? He's probably doing that for you to talk to him more, so you will think that he's cool and go out with him. Don't pay him any mind, said inner Sakura. Yeah, he's just a dope and an idiot anyway, she thought. 3 hours later, Sakura was fuming. I mean, it's been 3 hours. Where the hell is he? Right on cue as she said that, Kakashi walked in the class. Looking around. Aren't there supposed to be 3 of you, he asked. That's the first thing you have to say? I mean, you're 3 hours late. Oh, sorry about that. I kinda got lost. Lost? How could you get lost? I mean, you're a Jonin sensei. You're supposed to know every inch of this village, right? Well, on the road of life, he said. The two of them sweat drop. What the hell was up with this man? Now tell me, where's your other teammate? Judging from your appearance, and he's over there, the one that's brooding in the corner. It's Naruto, isn't it? Naruto Uzumaki, where is he? Well, he just got up and left. He was sitting right there. Kakashi walked over, as he saw a strange seal on the table. What is this, he said. As he wasn't surprised by the seal, but no kid or genin should be able to make a seal like this. It was a containment seal. He went through hand sign and placed his hand down on it. There was a small poof. As there was a note there. All beyond the roof, it said. Did Naruto left this behind? Asked Kakashi. Sasuke looked over. What's that? He said. Well, it's a seal. But, you know what? Meet me on the roof, he said, and with that he poofed away. Kakashi arrived on the roof, as he saw Naruto lying down, looking straight up in the sky. As Naruto blinked, he saw a shadow came over him. Were you the one that left that seal behind? Oh, you found it, Naruto said. Well, I'm quite impressed. For a kid like you to know the arts of Fuinjutsu, even if it's on a small level. So, how? How what, Naruto asks. How do you know how to do that? Well, can't tell you that, Naruto said. I mean, a ninja should have some secrets, right? Well, I suppose you're right, said Kakashi, as he went over to the railing. But how do you know that we will be meeting up here? Well, that I want you guys to meet me up here. Well, cool breeze. The sun is not that hot. Better than in the class. Suppose you're right. You know, you seem different from your reports. I mean, a lot different. Well, some of the jackasses at the academy don't really like me. So you can tell why they would give mixed reports. I suppose you're right, said Kakashi as he pulled out his book. So, you've reached the first series of Ichi Ichi Paradise, he said. You know this? Kakashi asked. Well, I've read it. Good taste, said Kakashi. You're not an ordinary kid, are you? He said. Well, I suppose not. Sakura and Sasuke then made their way to the roof. Huh? What is Naruto Baka doing up here? She said. Can you two have a seat, said Kakashi, as the both of them went and sat down. So, first of all, for us to get to know each other, let's introduce ourselves, shall we? Why don't you go first, he said, as he looked at Sakura. Sensei, well, why don't you do it first so we can understand? Oh, alright then. My name is Kakashi Hatake. My likes, well, I'm not gonna be telling you that. My dislikes? Nah. My hobbies? Well, you're too young to understand. And my goal? Not gonna tell you that either. Sakura and Sasuke face palm. But you didn't tell us anything. Now you go, he said. Sakura sighed. Alright, my name is Sakura Haruno. And as you said, what I like is, she looked over at Sasuke and giggled. And my hobbies are, she looked at Sasuke and giggled even more. Oh yeah, what I hate is Naruto Baka. Why would I want a bitch like me, Naruto said, rather loud. Kakashi was taken aback by that comment. As he looked at Naruto, even Sasuke was surprised. What did you just say? You heard me. You said you didn't like me. And I asked, why would I want a bitch to like me? Sakura got up as she marched herself over there. If you hit me, you're gonna regret it. Kakashi heard it because Naruto talked rather low. As Kakashi felt something was going to happen. He didn't know why, but he could sense that the kid was not playing around. Sakura brought down her hand. You disrespectful baka, she said, as she was about to punch him. But he grabbed her wrist. Sakura was taken aback when her entire body was lifted off the ground. By one fluid motion, Naruto threw her right off the building. Even Sasuke, who was usually calm, lost his shit at seeing that, as he couldn't believe what he just witnessed. Kakashi quickly jumped off. As Sasuke looked at Naruto, his eyes wide. What did... Kakashi then jumped back on the railing, with a shaking Sakura in his hand as he placed her down. You're okay, Sakura, he said. Hey, what the hell was that, he said as he looked at Naruto. To see Naruto just throw her off the building like that, not even giving a care in the world. Well, she is a ninja, Naruto said. She could have jumped onto another building and catch her balance. And by the way, I know that you wouldn't let her fall. And I did warn her, so yeah. Trying to pick a fight with someone that is clearly far stronger than you. That's a rather stupid dumb thing to do, wouldn't you say, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi looked at Naruto. Listen here. She's a member of your team. And the three of you are supposed to be precious to each other. Help each other. Not going around throwing your teammates off a building. I think you need to apologize. As Sakura was still a bit shaken. As Naruto looked over at her, he didn't even show the slightest remorse on his face as Kakashi saw that, as he wondered what was up with this kid. This was far different from the report. Hey Sakura, Naruto said. She looked over at him, as she couldn't believe that he just did that. She saw herself falling, thinking that she was going to die, seeing that they were on top of the academy building. But luckily, Kakashi-sensei caught her. Kakashi was even more surprised by Naruto's strength. He thrust her with one hand. The kid must have been working on his physical training a lot. As Sakura looked at Naruto, hey, I'm sorry for you doing stupid things that will get you hurt. So next time, don't try to hit me and you won't get hurt. Kakashi sighed, seeing that this was all they're going to be getting. Sakura went over as she had a seat, and she was quiet for the rest of the day, still shocked to what just happened, as she was so scared when she was falling. As Kakashi sighed, well, let's get things back on track, he said. Now you there, he said, pointing at Sasuke. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I don't really like anything. I dislike a lot of things. And I only have one goal in this world, which I will make a reality. It's to find and kill a certain someone, and place my clan back on top. I suspected that much, Kakashi thought. Now you there, he said, looking at Naruto. Oh, as you know, my name is Naruto Uchiha. I'm a pretty laid-back guy. I like ramen, other foods too. Well, I have some precious people in my life already that I would die for, and also kill for. And I like girls. Really hot ones. You know you're a kid, right? Said Kakashi. Well, I will get older sooner, Naruto said. You know this ninja world is a really dangerous place, and people can die today or tomorrow. Well, nah, I don't plan on dying, Naruto said. Not for a long while now. So what's your dream, Kakashi asked. Oh, that's simple. To sleep with as much girl as possible. Well, that's one of them. Kakashi and Sasuke's sweat dropped. Even Sakura couldn't believe what she was hearing. The next one is to become the most powerful ninja in the elemental nations, and kill anyone that crosses me. And I'll probably become the Hokage as well. You say that so dismissively, said Kakashi. Well, that dream is not really strong in my heart anymore like it once was. And why isn't it, Kakashi asked. Well, thinking about it now, being Hokage is a lot of paperwork. Being a powerful ninja with your name on the top is also good, and being able to sleep with whoever you want. You seem really hell-bent on sleeping with a lot of people, said Kakashi. I think you have been reading these books too much. Me too, said Naruto. Kakashi was starting to like this kid. There was just something about him. The way he was just laid back and calm. But he still didn't like what Naruto did to Sakura. But Sakura simply got out of her funk rather quickly, seeing that she was now looking at Sasuke with hearts in her eyes, with a smile on her face. But she not dare to look over at Naruto. Alright, said Kakashi. Know that that is out of the way. We will be meeting tomorrow at Training Ground 7 at 6 AM to begin your tests. What test? Sakura asked. Even though she was still a bit shaken, she was still listening to what was going on. Well, this test. First thing first for it to hear, there's a 66% chance of failing. Wait, why do we have to do another test? I thought the academy test was the only one. Well, this is my own special test to see if you're ready for what it really takes to become a ninja. And I suggest that you don't really eat, because you would probably throw up. See ya. And with that he vanished. Sasuke got up and started to walk away. As Sakura looked over and glared at Naruto, she gritted her teeth. I hate you, Naruto Baka, she said. She ran off. Naruto simply chuckled to himself. As he picked himself up, he stretched. Tomorrow's gonna be a real hassle. Well, at least he could test himself against Kakashi, knowing how far he is right now in his strength. Seeing that he is still a stupid little kid, well, his body is still small, but he has been pushing it a lot. And also, he has to get a mask, because he wants to try out Sage Mode, and can't allow Kakashi to see his eyes. There will be too much questions now. He was pretty sure that Kakashi knew about Sage Mode from Minato. So yeah, it was gonna be dumb just to reveal that out in the blue. Hopping off the roof, as he saw the sun was going down. It's been a long while since he's drank, as he wondered how much will his body be able to handle. Hey Kurama, what is it? Will you see my other self? Well, I had a pact with the other Kurama. He would hold off on the chakra that he pumped in my system so I could get drunk. So can you do that as well? You want me to hold back my chakra? Yeah, so it doesn't really kill my buzz. Well, okay then, said Kurama. But not too much, because I don't want to get like piss-ass hammered where I can't even walk. Well, I can try, said Kurama. Thank you, Naruto said. Naruto held his hands together as there's a poof of smoke. Replacing himself was a man with green eyes. He had long brown hair, as he was looking like a normal civilian, as he started to walk to one of the nearest bars. Stepping inside, the stench of alcohol hit Naruto's nose. Now that's what I'm talking about, he says. He took in a good sniff. Walking over to the bartender. Hello there, beautiful, he said. May I ask your name? Oh, hi there, she said. My name is Aika. As Naruto smiled. Well, hi there, Aika. Can I get one of your strongest shots? Oh, a heavy drinker, she said. Well, kind of, Naruto said, as she poured the drink and gave him. As he took it down in one shot and placed the cup on the counter. Whoa, that hit the spot, he said, with a big smile on his face. Would you like another? She asked. Just keep them coming, Naruto said. Well, bring the bottle. Meanwhile, at the Hokage's tower. So what is it, Kakashi-san? Well, it's about Naruto. What is it? I mean, I don't know if the academy teachers were biased about him or something, but the way he acts, it's completely different. They claim that he was a total goofball and weak and don't have anything special going for him. But his attitude today is something different. Well, I've noticed it as well. It seems like, well, it started 2 months ago. Naruto went for a complete change. Changing his clothes, growing out his hair. He's like a complete different person, if I must say myself. Well, isn't he with Yujeo? Yeah, she has been his caretaker since he was younger. Even though she doesn't have to be now, she still sleeps at his house many times. It's like the both of them become family. It's like she's a mother to him. Are you sure she didn't tell him anything about his real parents? Well, that is strict, confidential. Even if he asks her, she wouldn't tell him. I talked to her about that especially. Well, since I had to tell her when I gave him that house, since she was curious. But she's an Anvu, she will never spill secrets like that. Yeah, you're probably right, said Kakashi. But the kid did something unexpected today. What? He threw Sakura Haruna off the roof. What? Said Sarutobi as his eyes went wide, as he nearly coughed on his pipe. Well, I saved her, but he threw her off the roof? Well, she tried to hit him and he warned her at first, but I didn't expect that from the kid. I'm telling you, he's not what the reports say at all. Well, this is kind of getting a bit troublesome, said Sarutobi, wondering if any influence of the fox is coming off on Naruto. To hear that Naruto threw someone off the roof, that was quite troublesome to hear, as he wondered where was Naruto now. Meanwhile, in the bar, another! As the entire bar cheered, as Naruto drank down the bottle of steak and slammed it on the table, as he released a large belch, as there was another man beside him as the man collapsed over. You did it, Aika said. I can't believe you went with so much rounds. As Naruto looked at her, another, he says. He started to slur his words, as Aika looked at him. He seemed to have a lot of tolerance for these kind of things. But guys, I'll be in this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on bell notifications to stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. But more for now, see you guys soon. Peace.